Hi guys, welcome to another 2-minute devotion with Dad. This is a super weird one, but I don't know if it'll make it to the upload, but I just want to voice my thoughts while I'm thinking them. And I don't know if I'm super spiritualizing stuff or there's actual correlation, so I just want to share. So the Last Supper, and this is the time obviously where Jesus is having his last moment, his last meal with the disciples, and we know what happens with the story of his death, resurrection, etc. And as I was reading this, it was occurring to me just a few things. I was thinking about the Last Supper itself and the fact that it was at the Passover. So they were doing the Passover, not necessarily the Last Supper. And so the Passover was in memory of the Exodus. Now let's just go back to Exodus itself. And my hope is that we all know the story itself. But it starts off, we'll pick up at the plagues. So we're going through all the plagues. And the final one is the Passover itself, where the spirit of death passes over those who have prepared blood on their doorposts. So let's just think about not necessarily the literal timeline, but the chronological sequence of events. So the firstborn is killed. The sacrificial lamb is killed, so the blood is spread. Then the Passover itself happens. Then the Israelites are ejected from the land. So they escape, or not escape, they leave. Then a few days later, maybe a day or two, not sure, we have Israel being chased by Pharaoh. And then they get trapped at the Red Sea. Then there is a parting of the Red Sea in order for the Israelites to go through on dry ground. And then after they pass through, the waters come back and cover the Egyptians, and they are all killed. And the Israelites are saved. They're rescued from their previous land of bondage. Does that sound familiar at all to you? As we go into the timeline of Jesus, and so we have the Passover lamb that now they're commemorating, but now the Passover lamb is now slaughtered. So he is killed, and then where is it? Up here, isn't it? Sentenced to death, the crucifixion. So Jesus is crucified. While he is hanging there on the cross, the temple curtain was torn top to bottom, separated, split in half. That's when Jesus died. That's when our sin was paid for. What happened then? We were saved, and so through the way that is made by the the veil being torn, we can now have access to our freedom. And so now Jesus made the way through his death by opening access to God. We have access to him, and now we can go through our bondage and leave our bondage into the new. Isn't that incredible? Now, this is something I just saw just before, which almost gave me goosebumps. So these pages are sticking together. I'll just pause it for a sec. Here it is. So, in Exodus 13, it says, when Pharaoh finally let the people go, God did not lead them along the main road, even though it's the shortest route. God led them a roundabout way through the wilderness. Now, it says here, Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for Joseph had made the sons of Israel swear to this. So isn't that amazing, where the bones went through the river, the Red Sea? Joseph's bones, this like symbolize the old man, the old previous generation, and they went through the Red Sea into the new. And it's like when we are saved, when we become Christians and we go through the waters of baptism, even our old man, our old person goes into the water, through the waters, and then comes out the other side a renewed person. And I just think that this whole Exodus story, whether or not it was intended to be, is literally a forward reflection, a foreshadow of what Jesus physically did for mankind, for the universe, for the whole world. When he did his incredible salvation of us, he literally sort of not metaphorically, what's the word, symbolically did the same as what the Exodus story timeline happened, because he was killed, he made a way, the veil was torn, we went through to salvation into the new, and now we are saved. And I just think that's cool. That is so ridiculously cool, it's not funny. And I just wanted to share those concepts. And this is the kind of thing you can go away and just think about. Go back and read Exodus, the whole story. Just go through, pick out like the symbolisms all through the Old Testament anyway that point to Jesus. And we already know that there's many correlations with the Passover lamb, blah, blah, blah. But I'm taking a step back further now and looking at the timeline of events, the actual sequence of events in total, not just the Passover, not just the blood, not just, the lamb itself, but the all together. I just think that's so cool, and I hope that blesses you. It's something different. It's way different. Like I said, I don't want to hyper spiritualize, but it's cool sometimes just to find the similarities in God's plan for mankind, because the further we go into this stuff, which I'm still yet to do for Mark, there is just so much here, and we all know it, but it's when we study in depth and take a real slow down just to study these words. Oh, it's incredible. So anyway, I'll leave that there. Something different. Bless you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.